Welcome to Travel with Elizabeth. In this video, I travelled to Paris on the Eurostar. After staying overnight in London, I arrived at St Pancras station and made my way to the Eurostar check-in. This was all very straightforward and easy. I hadn't booked a wheelchair space as I was advised by special assistants that I wouldn't need one. However, the assistants at the station advised otherwise and helpfully changed my ticket to a wheelchair space. Not only did this mean that I was able to use the ramp, but I was also upgraded from standard to standard premier. The assistance guy at the station was so lovely and really helpful. I was boarded first, so I was settled by the time everybody else was boarding. The seats were comfortable and there was plenty of room for my mobility scooter. And off we go. The upgrade also meant that I got a meal and a drink. There were two options, a meat dish and a veggie option. I opted for the veggie quiche and a glass of wine. I had no complaints for a meal that was free. The car that I was travelling in had 2 wheelchair spaces and 10 other seats. It was a quiet car which made the journey more relaxing and enjoyable, which I needed after my disaster of a journey the day before. It takes just over 2 hours to get to Paris. I arrived in Paris and now I need to find my way to the hotel. I stayed at the Hotel Elise. It was about 40 minutes walk from Gare du Nord, so I put it in Google Maps and set off. It was actually pretty straightforward and I didn't run into any major hurdles. I did at one point get slightly stuck on a curb and I may have managed a wheelie at one point, when I went up a slope slightly too fast. But in general, I found Paris streets pretty accessible for a mobility scooter. My whole trip though, I didn't see any other mobility scooters and only one wheelchair. I was constantly checking ahead to make sure that my route was obstacle-free. I arrived at my hotel, and as I said in previous videos, I find it easier and safer to push my scooter in hotels, as it's easier to manoeuvre in tight spaces and through doorways. Check-in was simple. I'd booked an accessible room that was on the first floor. There was an elevator, and it was explained that the corridors were quite small, but if I had an issue getting my scooter into the room, I could leave it downstairs. I didn't end up having any issues at all. The room was very spacious for a Paris hotel. There was loads of room for my scooter and myself to manoeuvre. The bathroom was a good size with grab rails and a walk/roll-in shower. The room was clean and had a nice light decor. There was a safe and a mini bar as well as tea and coffee. Unfortunately, I didn't get a view of the Eiffel Tower, but all in all, I was really happy with the room and the bed was really comfortable. I loved the carpet in the corridor and the stairs. After staying 2 nights, it was time to get the Eurostar back to the UK. I'd phoned Eurostar assistance the day before and changed my return ticket to a wheelchair space. I was again advised that because I could walk 200 metres, I didn't need a wheelchair space. I'm not really sure of what the logic is here, but I explained that I needed the ramp in order to get my mobility scooter on and off the train. There are 2 steep steps to get on and off the train without the ramp, which I would have had no chance of getting my mobility scooter up. Again, I was offered a meal with 2 choices, a meat and a veggie option. This time the veggie option was a cheese pie. Back in sunny England, I really enjoyed my first solo trip with my mobility scooter and will definitely travel with Eurostar again. If you want to see what I got up to in Paris and what mishaps I had, please check out my next video I'll be posting in a few days. Time to get the train home from Euston. Again, I travelled with Avanti trains and booked assistance in a wheelchair space. This time I was able to get on the train without nearly dying. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.